What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Elite Dangerous. When we left off in the last episode, we had probably arguably the biggest rep run that I've ever done just because of the plethora of donation missions. And I was thinking that was a fluke. Apparently not. So we've got 4 here that are donate missions. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here that are more donate missions. There were other ones, but they involved things and not stuff. Or not money. I also nabbed, let's see, transactions here. We do have a Federal Navy courier job available, which is probably what we're gonna go do first, I'm thinking. We do have a couple planetary scan missions within Neosing here, but I'm thinking since they didn't tell me where to go, I need to go to the nav beacon, which is like 1,000 light seconds from here. So if I go to Waireo, which is where the Federal Navy mission is, when I come back, I should be really close to the nav beacon and I can just scan it and go from there. I do want to take care of these donation missions first, though, because we're sitting on 100% of Petty Officer. I did a ton of those rep missions, but I can't see what progress we made, so I think it'd be hilarious to do all of these and then go rank up and see what we actually ended up doing. So yeah, that said, let's go ahead and take care of these. Now, I'm going to address 2 comments for the most part. There was actually 3 comments on my last video at the time I was recording this, but the one was from Photo Loss talking about why the engines were like whining or something like that. But the reason I'm not really addressing it too much is because, full disclosure, I honestly don't remember what that was about. Like, I have no doubt they were responding to something I brought up in the other episode, but it's been a week. I've had a lot on my mind, and I don't have a clue what that whining sound was, what we were talking about. So I was like, okay, sometimes it's the whining's coming from the engines. I'll figure out what that means eventually when I hear it again, and then I'm like, what's that whining for? Oh, you know. So there's that. The first one, though, that I really actually noted that I wanted to go over was, I have no idea if I'm saying this right or not, but it's Flareroy 1? Doesn't sound right to me, but it could be. Talking about how they're new to Elite, and they were trying to raise their rank and came to Neosing, probably because of watching my videos and hearing me talk about, hey, look, oh my, there's more? This has to be a glitch. I mean, I know they just rebalanced the missions and stuff, but can that really be on purpose? I mean, I'm cool with it and all, but is that seriously on purpose? Either that or I just missed a couple of them before. I'm pretty sure I got all of these. Anyway, let's just spam through them. So yeah, I just gotta make sure not to accept one that What was that? That was a lot louder than it normally is. Anyways, ooh, I get a message. What did I get? Donate. Oh, so I did something that then activated a new one? We had that happen in the last episode, actually. There was like a second mission thing. Nope. Don't see another one. I think we cleared them out. The best part is I was at, like, what, 54 mil? 55? Something like that. So I lost a couple, but then I'm doing 2 missions that are like 1.52 mil or something. So they've really done a good job with the mission system. Ooh, is that a torn texture? Or is that... Oh, no. It's not. It's the background lights there. I was like, well, hold on a minute. So that's 1. This is 1.3. I thought one of them was 1.9. Ah, well. Still enough to merit doing. We need to... Can I go directly to Waireo? I feel like I can't. Is there a way... Galaxy map, there we go. It's like, is there a way I don't have to go looking for this? Because that would be cool. But yeah, Flareroy 1 mentioned being a new player and that they were struggling with the rep gain type thing. Huh. Weird. Ever since I set up the... Oh, you know what? I didn't set up controls for the Galaxy map. I can use the D-pad, but I can't actually scroll without my mouse and stuff. Weird. Anyways, they were talking about being new and kind of like how to gain rep and things like that. And that they've come to Musing and we're having difficulty because pretty much everything is either a courier mission to something 20,000 light years away, which we ran into in the... I mentioned a couple episodes ago with everything being like Colonia deliveries, and I was like, heck no! You know. Ooh! What is that? Is this the first... Wait, no, this isn't the first jump that I've made since I changed my controller. That's new. Ooh, interesting. They actually give you the hotkeys for canceling. They've done some new GUI stuff, I guess. Anyways. So they were asking if Musing is broken or not. Like, did they change something and it's not rep thing? Because they only found donation missions like what we just ran into. Now, here's the thing. In my opinion, they went crazy with the rep gain because of a bunch of the donation missions. Those donation missions give you the most rep bonus. Like, it's a triple plus sign. Oh, wait a minute. What? Wait. What am I locked onto here? I don't want to go there. Wait, do I? Oh, yeah, I have to do multiple jumps. Wow, I haven't left Musing in a long time. Now, wait a minute. That's not giving me the... Is it because this is an anarchy system? It was warning me that I was jumping into an anarchy system, so if I wanted to abort, maybe? You guys can't see me, but I'm stroking my beard right now. Like, interesting. I've never seen that little red tooltip thing come up before, and then it just didn't do it. So the only thing I can think of is it's anarchy. Anyways, back on topic. I will figure out how to fly intersystematically here in a minute. Because I haven't really left Musing and the coal sector for like forever. I've been rep grinding for who knows how long now. Yeah, it's anarchy, I think. Because that's happened twice with anarchy systems. Okay, that's cool. It's like, hey, you're going into lawless country. Sure, you want to go there. But so, yeah, in a way, I think they actually went, when they balanced, and they said they were doing mission balancing, and they were going to change up some of the usefulness of the mission system. I actually think they went, like, crazy with it in a good way, not that they broke it. But, with that said, I'm sitting on 50 million credits because I'm a veteran player. I've been playing for a while. If you're a new player... and everything is a 300,000 credit donation, and you can barely afford to keep up your Sidewinder, I could see how that would give off the wrong idea of, like, well, how am I supposed to gain rep? That said, and anybody else in the comment section and stuff that's like a vet player more than I am, I said vet just because of how long I've played, not because of my skill. There's some people that Elite is their game, and that's like, they know how to get every little bit out of it. So if anybody else wants to chime in the comments or something, feel free. But as far as I understand it, I'm not really sure there's a need, other than just saving yourself time in the long run. I'm not really sure there's a need to raise your reputation until you're actually into higher tier ships where making money either through missions or bounty hunting or something won't be as big of an issue. Ergo, donations become, yay, donation missions, free rep, you know, as opposed to, I don't know how to gain rep. 42,000, why? Why is that so far away? That's just mean. So yeah, as far as the answer to the question, technically Neusing is far from not working. If anything, it's working better than it ever has for rep gain. The only thing is you kind of have to have the credits to do all those donation missions to get the rep. But that said, again, until the rep cost is becoming like meh, I don't really care, it's chump change. Until that really happens, I don't really know that there's a need to grind out the reputation, unless you're just trying to save yourself time, like, I know I'm going to want that Federation ship later. But in that case, I would say since they have kind of shifted the mission system around, yeah, the hotspots are probably different now. At the moment, Neusing is working for me only because I can pay for the or for the donations, and they're just throwing them at me like in droves, and I'm like, yay, I'm drowning in rep at the moment. It's great. I'm little Mr. Scrooge McDuck over here swimming through all my reputation coins. Cool points if you get that reference, by the way. I keep forgetting that I'm not really the active generation anymore. I'm past that. It scares me. It saddens me. But there's probably people out there that are like, Scrooge McDuck? Who is that? Just Google it. But yeah, so I think Neusing has actually been balanced even better. Like, it's a better hotspot for rep, but it's more for like established, like you've got some money to throw into reputation gain. But like I said, unless you're going for a specific ship in mind and you're just trying to be efficient, I don't really see I didn't really start working on reputation until I was probably in a Vulture, I think. Some of you guys that have been watching my stuff for forever may remember better than I can't remember what happened in the last episode, so who knows. But I think I was in a Vulture or something and had already kind of tapped that thing out. Like, it was as good as I could get it, and so I was looking at, I think that's when I went to the Clipper at that point. And that I did need to become a Baron, and we did some rep grinding and stuff like that. There are, you can still do bounty hunting if you're going the combat route to do rep as well. There's no like mission for that, but turning in bounties will get you small reputation. It's not as good as doing missions, but it works if you can't do any of the missions. So, but yeah, as far as the thing of like, did they break Neusing? Does it still work? Yes, they just changed how it works with the patch of overhauling. But I think that it was mostly that they just overhauled missions in general. Like, they just changed the frequency, the payouts, what kinds, stuff like that. I don't think it was solo to Neusing directly. It was just, that's where I was going for. I was told that a lot of missions, and it's true, a lot of the scan missions or deliveries or boom data or something like that, a lot of them bounce back and forth between that call system that's right next door to Neusing and back and forth. So that is why I went there, is you can chain them and kind of just ping pong, which is what I've been doing for probably like 10, 12 episodes now, if I'm being accurate. So there's that. That's kind of one of those. Other than that, I would say look up guides, because that's about all I can say on rep stuff. I tend to ask everybody and my viewers what I should do, and then they tell me. So as far as asking me, I can go off of experience, but for the most part, I would say a guide's probably better. It's probably going to have more accurate information too, because I'm going to bring this back to my next comment, which was by Philip Hofer. I really hope I'm not butchering that. I probably am. That said, when I brought up, I think I still have the message here, this mystery stranger giving us longitude and latitude points, apparently you can actually use those. I did not know this. Apparently when you're approaching like a planet or something and it comes up with your altimeter, there's a small little display thing that displays the longitude and latitude. So I did not know that. That's pretty cool. I don't know how it works in space. Like if you go to a nav point or something, can you still use it or not? I think that's a planetary measurement if my memory serves, so I don't think that would work in space. But when you go to the galaxy map, it has a grid, so I don't know. I am not a science person. I like science, I'm not good at it. So that's probably, if my memory serves though, I think longitude and latitude is pretty much a planetary type thing. So it must be directing me to a point on a planet for that little mission thing. And I was gonna do that until I got this a Federal Navy mission. I was like, no, I want to rank up. That's kind of my priority. But the other part to that comment was I brought up where were we? Gorbatko, I think. One of the stations that we were at had a new terminal where you could turn in like lost and found type salvage stuff. It was like personal effects or damaged technology, scraps from ships, stuff like that. And I was like, where are you going to find all this stuff? And it was like, well, when you're out there in the conflict and you find debris and stuff. And I was like, what conflict? What are we talking about? So apparently, in the world of Elite, for those of you that keep up on the lore and the storyline, which apparently I am not counted among because of this little tidbit, we're at war with aliens, the Thargoids. Now, in my defense, I knew they were here. That's my defense. I did know that patch 2.4, I think, was the arrival update, which basically meant now aliens were in the game. But everything I had heard about was like on Reddit posts and things of like somebody found one like way off in far space or something. I didn't know we were at war with the dang things. I thought we were just like randomly encountering them, like, oh look, there might be some kind of life on Mars kind of thing. Not like, hey, Independence Day, we're fighting them off. So when it brought up conflict, I was like, oh, is this another one of those like, you know, is the Federation at war with the Empire or something? It's like, no, we're fighting aliens. And I'm like, oh, well, I feel severely uninformed. So apparently it's been all over the Galnet news, even in-game. But that kind of matches up, though. I mean, I don't read the news, watch the news in real life, so what makes anybody think I'm probably going to do that in games? I probably should, though. I've actually liked some insight from veteran players that really get into Elite in terms of an RP sense. Like, you really treat it like an RPG, and it's like, I'm a pilot for the you know, not just, hey, I'm trying to get a better ship, but actually have some element of role-playing involved. I don't have any idea, like, zip, really, what the overall, like, lore of the game is, the storyline per se. I know there's like the Federation, the Alliance, and the Empire and all that stuff, and they're like 3 warring factions in its future. You know, I get the setup, but as far as the day-to-day events and things, I don't know of any key. Like, I'll hear things referenced of like the last time we had a war with them and blah, and I'm like, there was a war? Nobody told me. You know, and I mean, I kind of do my own thing. I'm just out here to get better ships, basically, and get bounties. I'm actually, I just realized this. Holy crap. I am actually role-playing without meaning to. Hold on. I'm realizing this. Check this out. This is kind of creepy, actually. I always said I wanted to play this game like a merc, right? Like, you know, pay me whatever. It doesn't, like, I don't care if it's Empire or Fed or whatever, you know, it's if there's a bounty on your head, I'll go after you. You know, I did a little bit of piracy, but it just got a little bit, like, it was kind of difficult, and I wasn't really getting a whole lot of payout for it, kind of thing, so the risk wasn't really worth the reward when I could just do bounties and get, you know, about the same. Actually, I did better at bounties. It was more consistent. Oh, that was weird. For some reason, it sounded different than what she normally says. Anyways, I'll pick that up in a minute. Let's refuel, and let's work on getting this, a promotion mission. Because I want to see how much rep I actually have. Let's see also if there's anything going back to Neusing. Okay, that one we want to claim. This is available. Oh, we do have a... Well, I take that back. I don't know that I nerve agents. Holy crap. Salvage, that's what it is. So there's even missions now for salvaging. Spec Ops contract. Ooh. I want to read this. I like Spec Ops. We need skilled pilots to perform some wet work. We will provide more details when you reach... Oh, this is really... Off-the-books covert operations can be an effective means of getting things done, especially in these extreme circumstances. I like the idea, but I actually don't really want to do any missions from here, now that I think about it, because I'm going to have to come back here to turn them in. And that seems problematic. So let's claim this. Your success has been noted, Commander. This isn't the shiny end... Wait, this isn't the shiny end of naval operations, but every battle plan relies on the correct information, and that's what you have provided here today. Why, thank you, good sir. Okay, let's also check our other Fed people. That's boom data, but it's not going where we want it to. Wow, this is like a straight Federation-run place, I guess. 4 units of domestic... What is that? Wait! Oh, we're at 53%. Federal Navy strike contract authorized. What is this? An FSD interdictor will enable you to pull your targets out of supercruise, scan higher ranks. We need you to assassinate one of the pirate lords, Ronald Cattercells from Clan of Seedy. Oh wow, there's even a time frame. We expect the target to be within... Oh, that's kind of crazy. I haven't seen one of those before. That's pretty cool. Rank progression. Oh, I see. It hasn't updated to my new rank, so it's still giving me a rank up. That's what was confusing me. I was like, why is there another rank thing when I just did one? I was hoping I did a full 100%. What is this? There's no allegiance thing. Are they... Are they like black market? I'm guessing, since it's all like, you know, illegal things and take down a politician. Yeah, this makes me feel like it's the mob, the space mob. Probably space mob. Smuggling, assassination. Yeah, we're gonna go with space mob. So yeah, we went all the way up to 53% of the next rank of Chief Petty Officer, which is awesome for 2 episodes. I mean, if you guys haven't been keeping up with my stuff, you know how... Oh, what is this? You have been issued with the Vega system permit. Hey, we can go to Vega. And then the Beta Hydri? Sure. Promoted to Chief Petty Officer. Now, I haven't looked it up in a minute, but I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly sure, that I need to do one more. Because I think it was Petty Officer, Chief Petty Officer, and then Ensign, which would make sense if they're following typical naval stuff. So I'm thinking I need to finish Chief Petty Officer all the way, and once we get to Ensign, I think is where... Well, I know once we get to Ensign is where I can get the Federal Gunship. What I don't know is if there was any... I don't think there's anything between Ensign and Chief Petty Officer. I think that... Because that would line up... I mean, it's fiction, so they can kind of do the ranks however they want, but if they're following actual, like, Navy... Then if my memory serves, that's typically where you go after Chief Petty Officer, I think. I could be wrong, though. I know there's a lot of smaller ranks and things that some, you know, first class and things like that, but as far as if you're generalizing, like, category to category, I think that makes sense. But anyways, I could be wrong. I feel like... I can't remember offhand. That's bad, because I have a lot of family and stuff that's either former military, like retired and stuff like that. Aunts and, you know, grandparents and aunts and... Not aunts, uncles and stuff. Like, most all of my uncles were military and stuff. Different branches. Some were Marines, some were Navy, some were, you know, like, all over the place. So, kind of grew up in a very... like, not a military family, like, you know, when your dad's, like, a sergeant or something like that, and it's like, you know, he ran the house like a military thing, and we moved around, so it wasn't like a military family, but my family is very militaristic, just because a lot of them have been in the military before, you know, There's a lot of law enforcement in my family, military in my family. So between the two, it was kind of one of those, you were weird in my family if you didn't know a lot of the, you know, tactics and weapons and ranks and things like that. But I'm rusty on it. I haven't really used them for a while, but I can't remember if stuff like Chief and Master Chief and things was before Petty Officers. I think they are. But I don't know. I'm not looking at it. If I looked it up, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I remember that. But offhand, I can't really think of it. So anyways, my point before we got into that, I was starting to talk about how I was secretly, subliminally role-playing this and didn't realize it. I've always tackled Elite like a merc, where it was like, you know, it wasn't about, you know, the one faction or something, it was just whoever paid more. And I've been that way, like, throughout the game. I'm a Baron with the Empire. Actually, am I higher than a Baron now with the Empire? Oh, mid-system. You know, I'm trying to work my way up, but it's like, it's not because, oh, I'm a Fed for life. No, it's, I want their ship. You know, it's like I can't level up until I have a rank thing. Because, I mean, honestly, that's basically how you level up in Elite, is make money and buy more parts. Yeah, I'm still a Baron with the Feds, or with the Empire. Alliance, they never really had a ship I wanted, as you can tell, because it's like I just didn't really do anything with them. But yeah, so I've been kind of role-playing it like a mercenary of just going for the money, and so I guess a merc might not know like that. It's like, well, I'm trying to make money to buy a better ship, and it's like I've been stuck out in this one sector of space. I haven't been watching the news. I've just been doing jobs, and then you wake up one day and it's like, we're at war, and it's like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. You know, it's like, I kind of hope, though, one thing I have to criticize Elite for a little bit, and this is my interpretation, it's a big game. It's a really big game. So it is highly possible that there are elements like this, and I just totally have not run across them yet. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But one thing that I've noticed with Elite is it's hard to tell when things are going on. At least for me. Like, for example, I don't know how best to put it. It's like, unless you're looking for the info, you never see the info, is I guess what I'm getting at. Like, it's not like there's banners on the in the space stations and stuff that's like, join the Federation, fight back against the Thargoids, you know, stuff like that. There's no like propaganda type stuff of what's going on unless you actively go into and read the Galnet news. And I think in some ways it makes it feel like it's happening but somewhere else. And like I said, it's a really big game, so that's very possible that if I was in, like, some kind of core system where, you know, that would be what everybody's talking about and all the missions would be about that or something. I don't know. Stop. Turn the brakes on. But yeah, so that's my thing, is it's like, I never really look at the Galnet news, so because of that, I never really saw anything about, you know, we were at war. Oh, this is with Cabrera's. Alright, let's do this one first, since it's a little further away. But yeah, so that's kind of one of those things that, like, Elite is such a big, vast game that I really have a hard time identifying, is that your own personal experience of just, you haven't run across this stuff before, or is that something that they could work on with kind of like getting that out there kind of thing? As far as, like, for example, I'll give an example in case that's not very clear. Like Mass Effect. The very first Mass Effect game is very exploratory. It's like, it's mysterious. It's like almost like a whodunit type thing. You're trying to figure out and unravel the conspiracy. The Reaper thing is like off in the distance and it's impending, but it's not really there. The big bad guy is what's his name? Saren, I think. Um, and so it's like he's the immediate threat, but you're kind of trying to unravel this conspiracy that nobody believes you on, and it's impending, it's coming, and so it's very different from like the third one where they're here, we're at war, that kind of thing. And all of the areas that you're in are in some kind of chaotic nature. All the missions are more aggressive. You're like attacking, you're fighting things, stuff like that. And I think that's kind of what I feel like I miss with Elite, is that it seems like whatever events are going on, whether they're active events like, we're running a sale on these kinds of ships, or whether they're actual story events like War with Aliens, for example. It always kind of feels like, to me anyways, in my experience, that it's like nothing really happens, though. Like, one of the best examples I could give would be like, now grant you, I may be putting my foot in my mouth here by using this example, because it may be proving that it actually does do the very thing I'm not seeing. So bear that in mind. But like the mission system, it would be interesting if it was like, due to the war thing, all of these missions are now focused on this thing, like the war effort. Now, the reason I said I might be putting my foot in my mouth is because I'm attributing the change to having all these donation missions to be just the balancing, patching of we're trying to make missions more viable. But it also coincided very closely to this Arrival patch. So it's very possible that you're doing all these donations because it's donate to the war effort, to the cause, which is exactly what I was just saying it should be doing, and it might be doing it, and I'm just not noticing it. So bear that in mind, and if that is what's going on, feel free to be like, yeah, it's doing that kind of thing. That's a seam. That looks like a seam. Sorry, I have been practicing on my 3D modeling and stuff recently, so I've been dealing a lot with okay, there's the latitude and longitude. I never realized that. I thought that was some flight pilot jargon for the altitude or something, but apparently that is actually latitude and longitude. Who knew? I mean, besides Philip. But, yeah, so that... We're coming in too hot. Actually, we're coming in too steep. Is the bigger issue. Alright, bring it down. Yeah. That was too steep of an angle. Crap, I didn't get my glide. I want my glide. Actually, I could just probably jump back up. Do I need to... I don't remember if I need to super cruise for this or not. Or frame shift for it. I might. Anyways, I'm gonna... maybe not. Yeah, I do, because it's after you drop out of orbital. Yeah, I'm not doing that. We're gonna climb back up. Let me go ahead and deal with these two missions since we're running really low on time. I did not realize I was just sitting here gabbing away. So let me deal with that. We're gonna bring these two missions home and then probably wrap this episode up with our shiny new promotion. So let me deal with these scanning missions and I will be back momentarily. Okay, so I went ahead and did those two scan missions and I came back and I turned them in. And I also... Where's the money over on this side? Money's on this side. So we're back up to 54.4 or 5 in terms of our money. And I also had 2 or 3 extra little reputation missions that were available when I got back here to Gorbatko. So we're all the way up to 60% on our Chief Petty Officer rank. So honestly, I mean, between last episode... We were already at 100, I think, for the most part of last episode, and we did a bunch of the rep things. So if that happens again, and I wouldn't expect this in all honesty, but I might, if I have a minute and time to, I may just log in every now and again throughout the week and just see if there's donate missions and just kind of do those, so that next episode we might actually be closing in on our ensign rank if my estimates are correct. So yeah, with that, I think we're going to wrap things up here, and hopefully we shouldn't have too many more mission grinding episodes. We should be pretty close at the rate we're going. The last couple episodes, since they started doing a lot more donation missions, we should be pretty good to go with that within an episode or two of that kind of rep gain. That it shouldn't take us too much longer to fill up another rank really quickly. And then it's just doing a Fed upgrade promotion mission, and then I'll probably be trying to make my way back to Shinrarta and work on doing some price analysis and stuff, and trying to get a gunship. Now, I will say I'd like you guys' opinions in the meantime for all you ship enthusiasts out there that are like, really know how to outfit them and stuff correctly and balance them really well. Is it worth keeping the Ferdy, or is it better to kind of like... now I could, a long time ago, they didn't have the storage system that they have now. I could strip the Fertilance of its weapon systems and shields and stuff like that, and then actually use those on the newer one if it will fit and stuff, and that saves me having to rebuy them and stuff like that. But other than weapons and stuff, though, it's like some ships I've kept because, well, this one's a bigger one and this is more of a fighter, or vice versa, that kind of thing. But I don't know that there's that much difference between the gunship and the Fertilance in terms of purpose. They would fly differently, but I'm not really sure it'd be worth keeping one when I could get a big pay increase to upgrade the new one by selling it. So let me know what you guys think about that. But in the meantime, we're going to wrap things up here. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.